This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Take up to $10,000 off a 2024 Acura during our 16th anniversary sale.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
There's a new sheriff in town at Toyota of Hollywood. Cash in your chips and get a great deal on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a Corolla, not 24,000, 17,975. Giddy up to the bank and get 2.99% financing on our most popular models. So mosey on down to our western town at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All right. Yes, sir. It is a Monday. You made it. We are back. We're feeling good. Jasmine's kicking some ass. Bitcoin is back to 70,000. Life is good. The Panthers are in the Stanley Cup Finals once again. They didn't touch the Eastern Conference trophy. Okay. Prince of Wales, whatever the hell. Some guy corrected me yesterday. It's Prince of Wales. I'm like, dude, I said Eastern Conference just so, you know, the average fan can pick up on it. Because if I put Prince of Wales, they may not even know it's the Eastern Conference. He's like, well, I understand, but, you know, hockey people, I don't give a shit about your snobbish ways, bro. Get out of here. It's like that New York Rangers fan, that phony-ass New York Rangers fan. He comes at me when the Rangers won and took a 2-1 lead in the series. And he's like, oh, I didn't know the Panthers had fans. And I'm like, yeah, dude, there's plenty of fans. The arena's packed. And the team is getting really good, and it's kicking Boston's ass, and it's kicking Tampa's ass, and it'll kick your Rangers' ass too. And we were down 2-1. So when the Panthers tied it at 2-2, did I hear from them? No. When the Panthers took a 3-2 lead, did I hear from them? No. When the Panthers won on Saturday, did I hear from him? No. But I made sure he heard from me today just to have a little fun. So, see, I talk shit when I was down 2-1. That's the difference, Matt. You know, you're such a real Rangers fan. Why weren't you talking shit when you were down 3-2? Why weren't you? I guess you're really not that hardcore of a fan, I guess. I guess I am. You know, we expose those kind of people here on the show. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. You know, sometimes you ask me, how is it that you deal with these people? And actually, I have fun with them. Morons and dumb people are easy to make fun of. It's actually, I enjoy hammering stupid people. I love it, dude. I love dumb people because they make my job fun. You know what I mean? So it's awesome. It's awesome. And smart asses like Matt, those are my favorites because there is no bigger smart ass than yours truly. That's the part that, you know, when people think you can be a smart ass, bro, you haven't met me yet.
That's when you thought you were a smart ass, and then I'm just going to top you after that, So Matt got a little taste of that there, for the phoniness. By the way, as promised, I've got the Big O Show Bitcoin hat on. And on Friday, we picked up the new Big O Show hats. We're mailing them. We mailed them out this weekend, by the way, and today, by the way, also we're mailing them out today. So the hats, this is the black one. It says, on live 10 a.m. daily on YouTube, and then dun dun dun, in honor of my best friend Bill Preston. There it is, Bill Preston forever. So in honor of Bill, who started this platform with me, and when we had like 15 people watching or something, 30 people watching, people like Lisa, people like Ragin were there, people like Josh and Alexa were there. I remember some of the names that were there right from the get-go. And so we had, we had just started this whole digital thing because I knew that this was the direction that life was going in. And I was so happy to get the hell out of QAM. This is the white one. It's embroidered and everything, which is really, really nice, by the way. Oh, there we go. Live 10 a.m. daily on YouTube. And then the white one also has in honor of Bill in the back, as you can see. There you go. So you can order the hats. You can order. I mean, you could have ordered them already. Those of you that ordered the first go around, you're about to get them. Some of you already got the Bitcoin hats, actually, because those came first. The Bitcoin hats came first. So we're getting all the merch as you guys have ordered. That's how I've placed, the orders for them. And now we have the dry fit shirts, which is now the new thing. And so you could check them out, white, black, and gray, dry fit with either logo. We're gonna have, and we're gonna come, and we're doing one with Crypto Bro Show also, by the way. It's either logo. Oh, I'm sorry, either logo on the shirt, the dry fit. So that's another way that you can support us. Style the hats, style the shirts, sport it, and show it off, and tell folks about the show. And I appreciate all of you out there, man, immensely. Thank you. Also, I've already gotten Adolfo return a message. Ocala Joe, thank you as always. I appreciate it, and I apologize. My wife thinks that the PayPal and Shopify are connected. The problem is the initial ones that came in on PayPal will not go through. So we're asking those people that put in the initial one on PayPal to reverse it, cancel the order, and then redo it on a credit card. Okay? Don't do it on PayPal. But my wife thinks that the next PayPal one will work. I'm not sure. So I don't, you know what I mean? The people that had the original, and by the way, those of you that had the original PayPal order, because you need to reorder and you do it on a credit card, you're getting a bonus. Okay, I'm sending you an extra present when you reorder. Okay, so because of the inconvenience, but I'm going to give you something extra, part of besides what you ordered, I'm going to give you something extra on top of that. So, and if you were in the first 10 orders, like Ocala Joe is, you're going to get 2 extra presents, actually, because I already told you all that the first 10 orders, we're going to get an extra present. And those of you that were in the first 10 that we had your material, you got an extra present. You know what I'm talking about. And those of you now that have to reorder on PayPal, that you cancel PayPal and reorder, we're going to place an extra present in there for the inconvenience. Okay, I'm fair. You know what I mean? I understand what it's like to be a customer, and then idiots like me that don't know how to run this crap. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm sorry, man. I truly apologize to those of you on PayPal that I'm a moron. And I'm trying to figure it out, and I don't know why it's been such a problem. It's such a problem, okay? My wife has been pissed. Like, it's frustrated the shit out of her, dude. Really, it's like it's been one of the more frustrating things. Like, my wife and I don't fight. We don't fight. You know, we've been together 36 years. We don't fight. We might disagree for a moment or something, but we don't fight. Let me tell you, bro, this thing didn't get us to fight, but it got us both very agitated and frustrated. And you know what's the worst part about it for Shopify? You fucking assholes don't have anybody to talk to. You know, like, it sucks, dude. Like, everything is bots and online crap, and there's no human being that can actually walk you through it and talk to you. And, you know, that's the part that sucks. So I truly apologize to those of you on PayPal that you have to reorder on credit card, okay? I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. I'm really, really embarrassed, and I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But I'm dumb. What can I tell you? I'm not really good at this technical stuff, and I got my wife involved in it, and we're trying to figure this shit out. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. It really is. By the way, Jasmine hit up to 4 pennies over the weekend. Now it came back down to about 348, 345. Now it's back up to 361, trying to make its way back up to 4 pennies. And of course, those of you that started with me all the way down at 33,000th of a penny, you know, we're doing all right. We're doing all right, bro. We're doing all right. We're like at 8x right now. It's not too bad. Not too bad, 8x, you know? 8x is good. Bitcoin hit 70,000. It's just under right now at 69,704. But if you look at the last I would say 4 or 5 days to a week, we were, well, maybe a little, actually, if you look at it, no, really, it's like, no, let me see. I'm going to look at it right now. Since May 13th, actually, since May 13th, we were at 61,553, and we have gone all the way up to almost to 70,000 now. So it's been on a trajectory right now over the last couple of weeks on the way up Bitcoin. So that's really nice to see. Now, is this the one that gets us over the 73, 74 mark? And if it does, then we catapult to 80, 90 right after that. So we'll see. We shall find out, ladies and gentlemen. Jasmine's up to 364. So it's strong. I like it. I like it. Atlas is up 4.5. Watch out with Star Atlas. I love Star Atlas. You know that. It's a long play. But I want you to know that they are releasing 50 million coins like every week right now. So that's going to offset what people are buying. Because remember, about half of the circulation is out. So they still have to release the other half. What I am actually doing with Atlas is, if it falls under 25, because right now it's at 39,000th of a penny. If it falls under 25,000th of it, because I've got it as low as 13,000th of a penny. I don't think it's going to go that low. But if the release of more, you know how we print dollars and it kills us, because I always laugh when people think that the last 2 presidents haven't done anything for inflation when they have printed, Trump printed 8 trillion, and now this moron Biden's going to print around 8 trillion, maybe 9, maybe 10, maybe 7. I don't know, but it's right around. It'll be a crazy ass number like Trump's. Both of them have killed our dollar. Okay, well, that's what's going on with Star Atlas. They're gonna kill the value of their coin because they're releasing 50 million coins every week for several weeks. So that's going to devalue the coin because more is going to be out in circulation. It's not a good thing. You know what I mean? So, but it's not a good thing, but it's also a good thing. And the way I look at it is, it's a long play for me, so I'm not even worried. But if Star Atlas starts to go down more, then I'm going to purchase more. And I'm going to keep it. Because when you get these things really cheap and really low, like this, specifically way under a penny, and this was at 25 cents, Star Atlas was peaked at 25 cents. Go look at the game. It's amazing, okay? Gaming is going to be enormous. When this thing turns around, and if you bought it so cheap, it's a gamble, So it's a gamble, just like Jasmine is, but it's one of those, Alethea Liquid Intelligence was another one that I gave you guys, all that kind of stuff. I gave you SHIB, 4 years ago, whatever it was, and it blew up, and we got a 19x on that. So, I've hit on 2 of my long shots. SHIB a few years back, and now I hit on Jasmine. Okay. My other 2 are Alethea, which, by the way, Alethea, we had it at 88,000th of a penny. It went all the way to 9 cents. I already took profits from the first go around. And then when it went back down to a penny and a half, I loaded back up again. It's not at 88,000th of a penny. It's double at a penny and a half. But hey, I'll do it. That's fine. I'm good. And I'm waiting for the next pump of Alethea. And it'll go past 9 cents and, we'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? So I've hit on 2 of my long 4 plays. So actually 3, because I hit on Alethea, and now we're trying to hit on Alethea a second time, which is Studley, by the way. So we'll see. But for Star Atlas, I just want to prepare you, because if there is more volatility for the downward, at least you know what's going on, and you're not panicking. Oh, okay, that's right. They're going to release more coins. It's devaluing it. It's lowering the money, so that there's too much more. There's more on circulation. And so once they get all of their, the good thing about Jasmine, all their coins are circulated. That's it. There's no releasing, no nothing. They're all, and they locked up 100 million. So they took off 100 million off of circulation, which increases the value now because there's less on the street. Mm-hmm. Like your dollar would be stronger if Trump and Biden didn't print so much money. Yeah, it's I'm trying to teach some of you guys out there, because stimulus. Oh my God, they're giving us money. No, that's not good. No, you think it's good at the moment, but no, it's not good. It's not good. It's funny, too funny. I gotta say, Jasmine 365 now. Okay, it's on an upward trajectory. I love it. H-bar up 3%. Illuvium up 3.5%. Looks like we're trying to have a green day today, baby. A little green action. Injective protocol up 4.5%. Not bad. Cody up 10%. Love me some Cody. All right. Well, Kyle, we hit 70K. Let's go more now. We gotta start getting into 73. 74, Kyle, is going to ignite the shorts, and $1 billion is going to go into Bitcoin right away. So that's what we got to do. That's where we got to get to. We got to get to like 74. That happens, and it's amazing. Kyle says Caspa is going up. Its breakout is imminent, with the KRC20 coming out and full implementation of Rust. Then tier 1 exchanges will list, and then mega pump. There we go. I believe Jasmine passed Caspa. I believe I can fly. Steve Chapman in number 1 in the house. Cosa Nostra. Hola, Madrid. J-Town, congrats to the Panthers fans. Great series. I'm pulling for you, but I need to see more titties than Edmonton fans. Good luck. And one last let's go Rangers until next season. There you go. Good for you, J-Town. Studley. And by the way, I don't know if we can compete with the Oilers on that one. I mean, if you have a pair like hers, you know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? You're The Rock. Just walk around shirtless. Right? It's the same thing. It's all the same thing. If you got it, you might as well flaunt it. You know? That's kind of the way I look at it. And man, that is as perfect a pair as it gets, pretty much. She has got, those are 10s of 10s. So yeah, it gives Dolphin Twitter a huge run for its money. Oilers Twitter and Dolphin, actually Dolphin Twitter is second to Oilers Twitter. You got to give people credit when they deserve it. And she deserves all the credit in the world, bro. All the credit in the world. Because that is as perfect a pair as it gets. That's all I can tell you. Ho Yoon. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Remember, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin donation also there on Cash App or Venmo. Ho Yoon, thank you, sir. Appreciate you as always, making a donation and helping us out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? So Panthers get it done. They win on Saturday, and they advance to the Stanley Cup Finals. Amazing feat to be able to go to the Stanley Cup Finals and then have the intestinal fortitude, the character, the determination, the concentration, and the drive to want to get back. You know, remember Marino got to a Super Bowl and then thought, we'll go to more of them, and never went back again. It's not an easy thing, right? I think aren't they talking in New York right now, Sean, something about like 110-year drought combined of New York teams or something like that, not winning a title? I think they're talking about something like that. Like there's like 110 years combined or something. I don't know, some crazy number. Obviously, the Jets add half of that just by themselves, but I get it. Whatever. It's kind of a skewed number, but yeah, because I mean, the Giants won it a few years back, so it's not. They won a couple of titles at least. I know that the Rangers haven't won it since the 90s, and Nets have never won it. Islanders haven't won it since, my God. So yeah, I get it. There's been a drought for a lot of them there. You know, it's like a long time that they've been on this drought. You know what I'm saying? So getting back is impressive, and to get back, and it's almost like it reminds me a lot of the San Antonio Spurs, who felt like they got embarrassed by the Heat and then came back with a vengeance and dismantled the Heat in the finals. Maybe the cleanest performance I have ever seen from a team in an NBA Finals from the Spurs. They were so focused. They were just on point, dude, on everything. It reminded me a lot of the Celtics of the early 80s that could move the ball from one end of the court to the other without putting it on the court. It's just one pass, dot, 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 layup. And you're like, what the, that kind of shit. It just reminded me of that kind of stuff. And this Panther team's drive and determination, it just, to do what they've done is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And they're back here, and they're back with a vengeance, and they're the better team. They have been the better team over. They may have faced better goalies. Okay? Because I could argue that all three goalies that you faced were maybe better than Bob. And Bob had a great season. Vezina Trophy-like season. But yet the three guys you were facing were actually playing better. Crazy at that moment in this series. They played, Shesterkin. If it's not for Shesterkin, it's a sweep by the Panthers. The Rangers had no business hanging with the Panthers. None. It was all shit-stirking. That's it. It reminded me of the Panthers in the 90s. Obviously, not as good as the Rangers offensively, but they were so bad offensively that Beezer's the one that saved their ass night in and night out. And to me, that's what it looked like with the Rangers. It was about shit-stirking, not anything else. If he was on his head, forget about it. You just aren't going to score. You know, that's the equalizer of all equalizers in hockey, a hot goalie. You get that? I learned that a long time ago watching the Panthers, that if you have a hot goalie, that can save your ass in hockey. One guy can literally change your entire season in hockey. And you would think that's impossible, but in that position, that's the one position. And if it's not for shit-stirking, Panthers would have been relaxing already for several days already. So, but what an amazing feat. And they didn't touch the trophy like they did last year. You know, they what is it? Is it the president's what is it when you have the most points? Is it the President's Cup or some shit, right? So there was a part of me when they were number one in the league, and then all of a sudden they went into this little funk and fell back. I almost felt like they didn't want to be number one because it didn't work out for them the last time they were number one with points. Just like it didn't work out for them when they touched the trophy last year. And this year they were like, no, we're staying away from it. We're not touching it. We're not going to do anything with it. And they all took their pictures and everybody walked the hell away from that trophy. But I don't know how many of you Panther fans thought the same thing. They were kicking serious ass. And then all of a sudden they hit these speed bumps and fell down to the third, fourth spot, whatever. And I'm like, what happened to them? They clearly looked like that better team. And it's almost like, is this planned? Because it didn't really feel like they were dropping back because, oh my God, they're bad or they're not as good as we thought they were. I didn't read it like that. And then they go and not touch the trophy on Saturday. I'm like, I wonder, dude, if they didn't want to be number one in the league in points, and then they didn't want also, obviously they weren't going to touch, you know, the trophy. So it's just kind of weird how the superstitions played into it, because neither one is good for you. Having the most points is a bad omen. Touching the trophy is a bad omen. And somehow they stayed away from both of them. Yes, sir.
I thought it was telling also when they asked Barkov about not touching the trophy. He said, well, Paul Maurice told me not to touch it last year, and I did.
Right.
And this year he made sure, because they showed Paul Maurice telling him not to touch it again this year. And he's like, this year I did not touch it.
Right. That's it. Yeah, because he was hugging the bitch last year. He didn't touch it. He made love to it all the way down to the locker room. He was feeling it up like it was a hot Edmonton Oilers fan. Like how I slid that one in there, huh? Anyway. So I'm just impressed with the demeanor of this team, the character, the toughness, the relentlessness. I mean, it's just everything. They are complete, and they remind me, and I'm not a hockey expert or anything. I follow, but not like, you know, I'm not no George Richards or David Dwork, any of these kind of guys that follow hockey inside and out and all that. That's not me, you know. Roy Bellamy does a great job with Dwork on the hockey show. I'm not those guys, okay? But it does remind me of the Kings from a few years back that were physical and tough and relentless, and they were skilled. And it just, I'm not saying they're exact teams, but it just, the toughness and the skill, it does remind me of those Kings teams that won a couple years back. I don't know how long it's been. How long has it been already that the Kings won? Was it like 10 years ago already? Have we gotten to 10 years when the Kings won with that team? I want to say it was 8 or 10, but that's kind of what it reminds me of a little bit. Not saying they're exactly the same. I'm just saying the overall, just toughness, relentless, and skill that they can actually score on you too. You know, just kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Yes, sir.
Yeah, they won in 2012, 2014. So yeah, 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. Yeah, I figured it was. It's been because time flies a lot faster than you think. You know what I'm saying? But man, just absolutely awesome. Terrific win, terrific series, and now we got a Stanley Cup Finals. Panthers favored by a goal and a half. It's plus 180 if you want to lay the goal and a half. The over and under is 5.5 goals. Oilers are plus 120 on the money line. The Panthers are minus 142. Panthers are better. They're deeper. So we'll see what happens, man. And they've got, not that this is the one team that I don't give a shit about. I mean, in general, hockey is one of those that really home ice doesn't really mean that much, actually. But the beauty about this Panther team is, wow, this is one of the best teams we've ever had in South Florida history when it comes to road teams. This is one of those teams that just does not give a shit about the road. It does not affect them whatsoever. In fact, sometimes they're stronger on the road, which is a scary thing. All right, let's do it. Let's switch gears. We've got our NBA Finals set. They start on Thursday. The team I never thought would get there, the Dallas Mavericks, is taking on the Celtics. Celtics are favored by 6.5 in this one. The over and under is 214.5. Mavs are plus 190, and the Celtics minus 230 in game one. Absolutely amazing. We'll talk NBA Finals. We'll talk Miami Heat future with the one and only Ira Winderman and our Acura Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA report.
Heat fans, time for the best insight of your favorite team with insider Ira Winderman, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. It's the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA report. Here's Ira Winderman.
All right. Ira, good morning, sir. Hope you're doing well.
Getting ready for NBA Finals weekend, Stanley Cup Finals week. So for the winter sports, this is the culmination and should be two really fascinating stories.
By the way, I was talking about this, and you're one of the few I can actually talk about this because you're an all sports guy. This Panther team reminds me of those Kings teams that won about 10 years ago. I'm not saying they're exactly built the same, but they were relentless, physical, and skilled. They were a team that could beat you up and score on you, too, at the same time. And that's kind of what this Panther team reminds me of, that they can push you around, they can get physical, and then they're just as skilled as anybody else when it comes to scoring the puck and passing it.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it in the Rangers series. I said this from the get-go in the Rangers series. Two very highly skilled teams, but one was physical. One was willing to get grimy. One was willing to go into the corners, literally, as we saw in the series. And that's the difference. And I would think it would be the same this time around because you could have made an argument in the previous series of the top 5 skill players. The Rangers might have had 4 of them. You could have made that argument skill-wise. You certainly could make the argument that the most skilled player in the Stanley Cup Finals, we know this, is Connor McDavid. We certainly know that Draisaitl might be number 2, and that Zach Hyman is probably somewhere in the top 5. But when it comes to two-way players, what I love about watching Barkov is he could just sit back with his incredible skill set and just be a one-way player and still be one of the best in the NBA. But he's physical. He's in the corners. He has that nasty streak. And you see that throughout the Panthers roster. Obviously, when they got Kachuk and what he's done there, you could see it the same way in his game. He loves to mix it up. And I think Paul Maurice is really, and Bill Zito have put a stamp on this team of a two-way team. So I think there's going to be a lot like the Rangers series. I think it'll be close games. The difference between the Rangers series and the Oilers series, I think it'll be close but high scoring because Edmonton is off the charts in the playoffs, this postseason in scoring. So where every Rangers game was 3-2 or 2-1, I can see every Panthers-Oilers game being 5-4, 4-3, something along that. But when push comes to shove in the third period, when guys have been beaten down through 2 periods with the hard checking, including the Panthers' fourth line, that's when you see the difference. This is really two-way hockey at its finest from the Panthers.
Yeah, they're deeper. They're just deeper than the Oilers. They'll wear them down, is what they're going to end up doing. It's just too much. It comes at you. Bill Zito, man, talk about a guy that knew exactly what needed to get done, and he tailored that team exactly to what it needed to get tougher. It reminds me a lot of what I'm watching with Caitlin Clark. I'm watching Caitlin Clark get all beat up, and her teammates do nothing. And it fucking reminds me of the Panthers 4 or 5 years ago when Vinny Trocheck is getting slammed all over the place, and these meow meow cats aren't doing anything. And that's why their theme song back in the day, about 4 or 5 years ago, was the Meow Mix song. The meow, 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 meow. That's what I would play for the Panthers during that time, because it would piss me off that they had no physicality to them whatsoever. And Zito comes in, and he noticed it right away, and he started with Gudis and all those other guys, and then he said, no. This team has to turn around its physicality, and that's what's changed. And by the way, it would be nice that Caitlin Clark's teammates also start sending some messages.
Well, it's a bad team. I mean, she went to a lottery team for a reason. She went to the worst team. So it's not like they have much of anything there when it comes to the Indiana Fever. But still, you know what? If you were to bring in someone like that, you had to bring in your version of an Oakley as well. And that's what they're lacking right now. But what I love about it is that we're talking women's basketball in terms of physicality. God bless them. That it's become that kind of sport also, that it's not just about the three-point shot, that there is an element of needed physicality. And I think that's how it's going to grow as a league also. And you know what? That's going to put more eyeballs on the sport. So it might not be great for Caitlin, but it's really good for the sport that we're even talking about it.
Yeah, it'll make her better eventually, in the end. But I would be calling out her teammates, because you can't allow your stars to take punishment in any sport. I don't give a shit what it is. I used to get pissed. I mean, humongously pissed at the Panthers, because Vinny would, he's a tough little Italian kid, bro. Vinny Trocheck.
He can handle himself.
Hell yeah, he can handle himself. And you see him with the Rangers. He was one of your main pain in the asses.
Instigators, pests, an absolute pest, never stopped till the end. But when they got rid of their big bodies, that's when you saw the difference also, when they went for the speed. For all the things that Pavel Bure did, setting goal-scoring records for the Panthers, he's another guy you would look at and say, but what about as a championship playoff-level player? And you're seeing it. That whether it's a Pasternak or just other players in the league, you have to be two-way. You have to be physical. You have to have that also. Lafreniere with the Rangers, bigger body. He could get there and mix it up. But Panarin, who can't. You saw how limited he was in the series because of that. Because he was ice capades at a guys who were playing roller derby out there with him.
Yeah, that was amazing. All right. As I've said before, and I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. I'm going to be right. I'm going to be wrong. This Mavs team proved me so wrong that I'm picking them to win this series. Why? Well, we go back to toughness again. We go back to talking about physical. And I've actually been more impressed with the Dallas Mavericks. They have shown me more toughness. And I actually think that might be the difference, because I think they're both skilled. Who's going to be the tougher team? And I got to tell you, I got to give the Mavs a lot of credit. They have shown me the kind of toughness that I don't see consistently from the Celtics. And because there's that little wrinkle in their game, I'm going to pick the Dallas Mavericks here in this series. Your thoughts?
I don't think they're the better team, but the better team doesn't always win. I also don't think they're the best team in the Western Conference. I still believe Denver is better, but they caught a break when Minnesota beat Denver. It's all about matchups, just like it was last year for the Heat. It's who you get to play and who you don't have to play. As if the Heat would have played, say, Joel Embiid in the conference finals a year ago instead of the Celtics, maybe a different outcome. So the Celtics are the better team. What I liked what the Mavericks did to sort of relate it to our Heat talk and our accurate Pembroke Pines report is they said they had to get tougher, so they drafted Lively. They went out of midseason and got Daniel Gafford, a big physical presence. And they said, you know what? let's look back at the Heat a little bit. That Derrick Jones Jr. kid, he could defend even when he was with the Heat. So we're going to have him out here. We're going to put him on Jaylen Brown. We're going to put him on Jason Tatum. We can mix that up a little, so that's going to make a difference also. But it's interesting. We always talk about basketball more than any other sport. You win if you have the best player on the court. You win if you have the two best players on the court. Tatum is great. Jaylen Brown is great. But Luka Doncic is greater. And when he wants to play, and it's such a damn shame because of his talent level, forget the politics and everything else, Kyrie Irving at any moment can be the best player in the NBA. Kyrie Irving at any moment could be the most disinterested player in the NBA. You are getting a Kyrie right now who is basketball only at the moment, who is committed to winning, who is committed to team. You see the difference. Let's not sugarcoat it, folks. This is a guy who, when the Brooklyn Nets went all in with his skill set, decided, you know what? I'm going to go to some parties and just leave the team and just walk away in the middle of the season. So you know what you're getting. A lot of people in my mailbag at the Sun Sentinel have been, the Heat blew it. They didn't go for Kyrie Irving. I'm not so sure Kyrie ever would have found the fit with the Heat and their rules that he would have found elsewhere.
Okay, listen, all those people are a bunch of phonies because at that moment, to take a gamble on Kyrie is crazy. And I thought Mark Cuban was out of his freaking mind to make that deal and then to give, after it didn't work out, that when they did acquire him, because it did not work out, it was a disastrous year. He then doubled down and gave him the extension. So
yes,
bullshit. Heat fans would have lost their minds if he would have come and had the same season he had right when he got with Dallas. All those people are full of shit, Ira. Every one of them that sent you an email, everyone that comes on my show or sends you're too nice. I'm not. I don't give a F. I'm going to tell you, bro, you're full of shit. You would have complained. You would have ripped Pat Riley. I would have ripped Pat Riley.
All right.
We would have ripped him after that first year, you idiots. You traded for Kyrie, and he was a disaster. Get rid of him. And then they would have ripped him for extending Kyrie, and then we all would have admitted we were wrong. See, I don't understand that. Why don't you just admit when you're wrong, and it's over, bro? I was wrong about Kyrie, and let's do this also with Kyrie. Let's not say the old Kyrie, because he's been super consistent since he got to Dallas.
Correct.
He's not raising any stink. He's not coming up with the earth is flat. He's not coming up with any anti-Semitic junk or anything like that stuff. He has changed his ways. And so you got to give human beings credit when they're willing to change and they're doing things differently. This is a different Kyrie, and that's the Kyrie that none of us knew if you could actually get him. And kudos to the Mavericks. They were able to go through the jungle and come through the clear, and now they've seen the light, which is pretty cool.
Right. And it could also be a one-year wonder. And maybe he gets satisfied like he did in Cleveland when he won the championship that one year, went to Boston. Believe me, there are no big Kyrie fans in Boston either with the way he approached that and the way it played out there. So again, are you looking for the moment or are you looking for long-term? Dallas is desperate for the moment. They've been in the wilderness since those 2011 finals. It's been 13 years. They were going to do whatever it took to have a chance. They've cycled through a lot of bad decisions also. Some they've moved on. So you know what? It's always a matter of, if you're willing to go with the 1 year all-in, God bless you. It may work out perfectly like it did for Dallas or Big O. It might be like every team that took James Harden over the last 4 years. Where is Brooklyn with James Harden? Where are the Sixers with James Harden? Where are the Clippers with James Harden? So you just don't know. What we know is this. There are players with transcendent talent in the NBA. Sometimes you take a chance, it works. Kyrie. Sometimes you take a chance. James Harden, it doesn't work. Sometimes you go for the moment. Kawhi in Toronto. 1 year. Championship. Bye-bye. So it's just a matter of what you want to do. We've always heard from the Heat. They want something that is sustainable. So they take that approach. So when they bring in a player, they say, is this sustainable for multiple years? Say what you want of Jimmy. He's given you 5 years of quality contention play. So it's a matter of, when you look at a player, you say, can you sustain?
Yeah, and well, okay, so that's a great segue to what we want to talk about, the Heat. if you bring back Jimmy, it's not about sustain. It's about just hanging on for one more year of trying to put the magic together. But if you are able to trade him and get a whole bunch of draft capital, now you can start to develop your young guys. And then you now have the draft capital to trade for a younger star for sustained success, because you are now adding a younger star. Well, that will now give you a bridge of 4, 5, 6 years of possible success. So do the Heat go to extend what they already have for one more year, or do you think the trade eventually will happen so they can go for sustained success?
Well, first of all, let's not overstate the extension. It's just one actual more year beyond the option year that he would get rid of, add 2 years. So people are treating this like, we can't deal with Jimmy for 5 more. You're not dealing 5 more years. You already have decided to pay him, right or wrong. Big O has told us wrong already on our Accurate Pembroke Pines reports. You've decided to pay him through his 37th birthday. That is written in ink if Jimmy approves it. That's done. So now you're deciding whether to pay him through his 38th. I am fine with moving on and moving to the future. What I need to know, no, put the thumb down there for those only listening, Big O. What I need to know is this. When we are doing our Accurate Pembroke Pines report next season, and we are in December, and the Heat have just lost to the Clippers, and are you willing to say at that moment, hey, Ira, tough loss, but you know what? I like what we've seen from the first-round pick and from Jovic and from Jaime. This team is growing. We're willing to take our growing pains without Jimmy, who was traded in July, because I see something better. If you are, Big O, one, you're in the minority, because we know how most fans are, but that's what it's going to take, Heat Nation. It's going to take an acceptance of, for the last 5 years, the expectations has been conference finals for the Heat, and they've largely delivered on that. If you move Jimmy Butler, you have to be willing to accept for the next 1, maybe 2 years, you have to take a step back. Now, it's been play in the last 2 years anyway, so the regular season has gone a certain direction anyway, but you know you won't have your playoff trump card. So you will go into the playoffs like a lot of these other teams, realizing we're good, but we're not good enough. If you're willing to accept that, I'm always ready for something new. I like something fresh. I like to refresh it, especially when you still have anchor pieces like a Bam Adebayo, whether it's a Jovic or a Jaquez, and things you can grow on as well. The Heat's in a good position right now if they want to do that, if they're willing to do that.
I have no problem with it. I'm not going to act like some spoiled brat here and thinking, oh, well, I mean, no, listen, it's Eastern Conference every year and finals, or you people suck. I mean, they've given us a ton of success. This is not the way you succeed. I know they've gotten lucky and shit, like we mentioned in this conversation. You didn't have to deal with Embiid. You didn't have to deal with Giannis. You know, you got breaks last year. That's why you ended up getting there. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean, give me a break, dude. And when you got there, you realized you didn't belong there because Denver bitch slapped you around and you didn't belong anywhere near them on that court. So to me, I don't have a problem because I already know who you are as an organization. You've already stripped and rebuilt and stripped and rebuilt again and trade and stripped and rebuild again. So why shouldn't I have patience? You've done this before. Do it again. It's fine.
And I am fine with that as long as the same perspective is there when they lose a game to Detroit next January. You go, you know what? Jovic made some mistakes, but he's still growing in his third year, and I'm fine.
You did the Clippers. Now you pulled Detroit on my.
I'm just saying because we've seen some bad losses also.
Why you got to do that? Why you got to do that? Why you got to do the Pistons? I mean, come on. At least the Clippers have a couple guys that can score. The Pistons.
Cade Cunningham, baby.
Yeah, I know, but Jesus. So what is your percentages now on Jimmy Butler not being with the Miami Heat next season?
Well, I'll take the easy way out, Big O, and I'll go 50-50 since it'll keep people listening to our Accurate Pembroke Pines reports, but I just don't know how much Jimmy is willing to act out. If he's truly found the home that he loves, he should be willing to compromise. No one wants to be in Minnesota in the winter. Few people really want to be in Philadelphia in the winter. Jimmy knows he has a good thing here. Is he willing to compromise? Is he willing to say?
But it's coming to an end here. So does it come to an end here with no shot at a title, or does he go to Philadelphia if he has a chance for a title? Because
that's why Philadelphia put out there, we're willing to pay and grease the wheels. People are externally trying to grease the wheels for Jimmy to let him know, hey, if they won't take care of you there, we'll take care of you here. But Big O, if it's solely about the money for Jimmy right now, because one of the teams interested in him, I do not view as a championship contender. So if it's solely about the money, I don't want players who are solely about the money. Let the money guy go elsewhere. You've seen this in football and other places where a guy goes, I want to get paid. It's not like Jimmy's won his championship. So what I need to know is Jimmy one of these DNA guys who wants his career to end with a ring, or is Jimmy already content? That's what I wonder a lot about Jimmy Butler.
Well, no, he's already told you that the last 2 years. He's not willing to work hard in the regular season anymore to help you.
But is he still desperate for a championship? In other words, he had the knee injury, and that's a moment in time, and he was hustling his butt off against Philadelphia, getting an offensive rebound, going for a putback. That was a freak injury. I just need to know, is the hunger there? Not the BS hunger on media day. We're here for a ring.
It's not. A real star. Did you see what have the Panthers told you about last season and about this season? Well, it all started in training camp. Not in the regular season. No. It started all in training camp, that they came in focused and they were hungry and they wanted to get back. And how did they do that? By working their asses off throughout the preseason and the regular season to set themselves up for the postseason. He no longer is willing to work his way from the preseason into the regular season to set himself up for the postseason. So, you said something very interesting, that if you don't want the guy that comes back for money. Well, so far that's kind of what I've seen. I've seen the guy.
And what we've heard from the agent, and he has to get his money. Does he have to? And I get a bunch of questions at askira@sunsentinel.com. Would Jimmy be willing to take a little bit less so they could build the roster? I can tell you right now, no. Whatever the max number is, Jimmy sees himself as that max player and not a penny less. And there have been mostly players like that, James Harden and others. So if that's the case, he made an exception, Harden in Philadelphia, but mostly, then you probably move on. I know Bam right now is playing for love of the game. I know Jovic and Jaquez are playing for love of the game. That's what I have to find out throughout the roster.
All right, there you go.
Or love of the dogs, one of the two.
This is Ollie. He just came up right now. Say hi, Ollie. He doesn't want to say hi. He doesn't want to say hi. I just think that if you keep Jimmy, I think he's about the money. And if you're Jimmy Butler, you're okay. Sorry, Heat Nation, but I don't play the game here. I call it like I see it. It is what it is. If you're Jimmy Butler and you're looking in the mirror going, well, dude, I'm going to get my money either way. They're willing to give me money, but I can go play with two legitimate stars over there. I love Bam and Tyler and all these guys, but none of them are stars. Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid will alleviate all the pressure from me. I can facilitate, which I have no problem. And in the moments they need me to score, I can score. You know what I mean?
That's why LeBron left. LeBron looked at the Heat and said, they got rid of Mike Miller for money. Dwayne Wade is my best friend, but he's not as good. They've got Kyrie. They've got Kevin Love. I'm going to move on. So maybe it's as simple as a decision like that he recognizes there's a better place elsewhere. In that case, good luck. God bless you.
Yep, I'm with you there. All right, what do you got going on the Sun Sentinel? So Ollie and folks can check you out.
Couple of things. I wrote about which matchup the Heat would prefer, which team the Heat would prefer to win the finals. And the thought is that it'll be interesting because if Boston doesn't win, does this end their run? Do they realize they have to go in a different direction? I'm very curious. If the Celtics still don't get the title now, do they still go ahead and pay Derek White? Do they pay to keep this roster together? Or do they say, you know what? Lots of luxury tax, maybe not. So I think it's in the Heat's advantage if Dallas wins. And just posted a story on Haywood Highsmith. Not as much about him as about the fact of last year the Heat had a similar situation, two lower paid contributors, Max Strus, Gabe Vincent let him go. We saw the trickle down. It might be time to realize the supporting pieces mean a lot also. So I did an interview with Haywood. That's posted right now at sunsentinel.com.
There you go. Follow him on Twitter at Ira Heatbeat. Ziggy, are you on Twitter? No, Ziggy's not on Twitter, so you can't follow Ziggy on Twitter. But follow Ira Heatbeat on Twitter. And, of course, subscribe to the South Florida Sun Sentinel. Ira, as always, thank you for the time, my man. We will catch up next week, sir.
That's you next week. Acura Pembroke Pines, NBA playoffs, and Stanley Cup playoffs updates. Thanks, Big O.
You got it. There you go. The great Ira Winderman. And, folks, the 16th anniversary sale is going on right now at Acura of Pembroke Pines. And we've got 3.9% financing for up to 60 months. You can get the 2024 Integra, $319. The RDX, we've had 2 in our home. We got 1 right now. My wife drives her RDX, $419 a month. The MDX, $429 a month, folks. Again, 3.9% financing for 60 months. You got to also check out the ZDX. It is in the electrified ZDX. I think it gets like 318 miles to the full charge. That thing is awesome, bro. So check out the ZDX, and it is beautiful. I was looking at it on Friday. It is outstanding, man. Get on down there to 15601 Pines Boulevard. Tell them that Big O sent you. The #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. That is Craig Zid's Acura of Pembroke Pines.
You've been listening to the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA Report with Ira Winderman. When you're looking for award-winning service and great deals from the #1 volume Acura sales dealership in the Southeast United States, you go to Craig's in Acura of Pembroke Pines at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
All right. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. You can also make a Bitcoin donation on Cash App or Venmo. The other way you can support our show, besides visiting our amazing sponsors, you can also visit our merch shop. We got shirts, we got hats. We got the new Big O Show hats in black and in white, embroidered and everything. And on the side, live 10 a.m. daily on YouTube. In the back, in honor of our boy Bill Preston and everything. So good stuff. We've got the blind ass fan shirts. We've got 305 shirts. We've got polo dry fit style shirts with the logo, either the Big O Bitcoin logo or the regular Big O Show logo. So and we're gonna come up with something with Crypto Bro Show and Bitcoin, kind of a little bit more of a flamboyant type of shirt. It's gonna be a little louder, so we'll have a little fun with that too. So check it out. Go to our the link is here on our YouTube page. Okay. Here's our QR code. If you're listening on the podcast, it's bigoradioshow.myshopify.com. All right. Thank you all out there as always. Jeff in Long Island is in the house. Louis Medina says, good morning. Many blessings to all Dolphin diehard fans. See you soon at Hialeah Park. I'll be bringing you a gift from Perdomo Cigars. Let me know what are your favorites. Well, the 20th anniversary right now is the one that I've been smoking a lot. That one is just absolutely the Maduro 20th anniversary. That is probably my favorite. Still on track for my weight loss, down 62 pounds. Louis, I'm very proud of you, sir. That is awesome. Giovanni is in. Jay Gelfin in. Smashing that like button. Please smash it. Got 156 watching, 74 likes. That means double are watching that have not hit the like button. Come on, man. Let's go. Half of you, at least half of you, because a bunch of you have left, come and gone. So you know that right now you guys can get us right up to 157. If those of you have not hit the like button, hit it right now. We'll shoot up like Bitcoin. Ocala Joe is in the house. He says, took care of that PayPal thing this morning. And you're right. Hate the freaking bots. Have a good show. Smashing. Yeah, I know. It's terrible. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Thank you, Ocala Joe, for always understanding, bro, and your amazing support. Heriberto Hernandez, Brian Landis, One-Eyed Jack, Nico Jones. Happy, but the job is not done yet. Can't wait to see them in the finals. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nico, you are correct. Lenny Pena, loving them Cats. Roderick Freeman, loving the Cats. Alex Palenzuela, loving the Cats. Ray Sosa. Damian Guzman. Connor McDavid versus Sasha Barkov. Marino the GOAT is in the house. Chad Nyborg is a corporate time-stealing weasel. James Vivinetti. Gus 1388. Kyle Cockrow. Bitcoin looking good. Yes, sir. Think Blue Dodgers. Crypto Fins. Suds. Got a Coinbase account and bought some Jasmine. Good for you, Suds. Manolo Rivera. Hunter Butler. I made a bet that if the Panthers win, I'd get a tattoo. I don't know how to feel about that as my first tattoo. Miles Deep is in the house from Vegas. Isaiah. Let's see. Any chance you come into the summer league? No, Miles Deep. I am not coming to the summer league. No, sir. Bigger, what is happening with Caitlin Clark? Well, all right, let's do this. Let's start off hour number 2 of the program, since it is hour number 2 here of the show. And, let's start off a little bit with the Caitlin Clark noise. And, I said it, stirred it up a little bit on Twitter because, and I'm not doing it for shock or anything like that. I give you my opinion, good or bad. I don't really care. This isn't only about jealousy. Some of it is jealousy, and some of it is flat out racism. That's all. Let's just call it like we see it, right? Most of the girls going after their sisters. Okay, it is what it is. And when you have Shanetti Carter, I mean, brother, if she isn't racist, well, I can't help you. I mean, this dumb broad hates Caitlin so much. He said, well, if she scores, that's all she brings to the table. Brother, all you got to do is watch one game of Caitlin Clark. You don't have to watch 5 or 10 of them or anything. Besides her shooting, obviously, which she shoots like a dude, and that's why we're all impressed, and that's why we're watching, because she can do shit that none of us can ever do, right? Her passing skills are sick, dude. She sees shit where she watching her at Iowa and in the WNBA, by the way, she makes easy layups and easy baskets for her teammates all the time. Look, man, we know racism is alive and well all over the place. And we constantly talk about whitey hating black, right? We constantly talk about that, right? Always. Well, guess what? The reverse is just as true. Okay? Plenty of black people can't stand white people. Just the way it is. Because of what's happened, the history, the way they've been treated, whatever it is. But when you see this Carter chick, she clearly has a problem with this white player bringing all this attention to her league and getting all this credit, by the way, she deserves. And, instead of actually embracing it, you're just showing your hate and your true colors. By the way, she is, by no stretch, she is not anybody that is, somebody to be admired by any stretch whatsoever. Let's see. Nickname Hollywood, declared for the WNBA draft in 2020. First round pick, 4th overall by Atlanta. Got terminated from Atlanta after threatening to beat up her own teammate. Conduct detrimental to the team. LA Sparks picked her up and waived her midseason for poor conduct. Played abroad in Turkey. This broad played abroad in Turkey. She signed with the Chicago Sky and then assaults Caitlyn in her 7th game. So, I mean, this Carter chick, you know, she has the class of I don't know, Alex Jones. But let's cut the shit, okay? Clearly, you know, racism is playing a problem here for some of the ladies in the WNBA. They're jealous, and I guess they feel that the white chick shouldn't be bringing that much attention, or that she's getting too much attention or too much praise or whatever it is. By the way, is it Caitlin Clark saying, give me, give me, give me? Is she the one searching for all the cameras? Yeah. So why treat her like that? You know, we've seen attention whores. We know exactly what they look like, right? They look like Terrell Owens. We know what attention whores look like. We see them in every walk of life. We know exactly who they are. And they seek the camera, and they seek the attention, and they seek the shock. Doesn't matter what it is, dude. Right? We see it everywhere in every walk of life. There's always those attention whores. Okay? Caitlin Clark is not one of those attention whores. And by the way, the whore thing has nothing to do with women or whatever. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. Okay? So let's, you know, this is not a person that talks about me, or anything like that. She's a good person overall. And she should be embraced. Now, rough basketball or whatever, that's fine, dude. You want to break the rookie in? That's normal. Some of the shit that I'm watching, that's not normal. That's personal. That's so personal, it's racist. And I'll say it. And by the way, the Carter chick with her comments, her ignorance, I mean, you're a really stupid ass mofo if you say all she can do is shoot. I know she's not much of a defender, although she had 3 steals the other day. But I know she's not much of a defender. I get that. But her shooting and her passing is almost as good as her shooting. And if you don't see that, then your hate, your bias, your racist ways, Carter, are blinding you so much that you won't even give another human being the credit that they deserve. It's pretty shitty, man. So, I mean, I can't tell you much about this Sinead Carter chick. Doesn't look like she's going to grow up anytime soon. But let's not kid ourselves. There's a lot more than jealousy going on with Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. Okay? I get it. You're afraid of the blowback. You're afraid of being criticized. You're afraid of taking heat if you say racism. It's alive and well in the WNBA. And certain ladies in the WNBA, looks like they got a problem with a white person getting credit for the league, getting attention. And who really gives a shit if you're white or black or Asian, tall, short, fat, skinny, you got 3 legs, you got 4 eyes, you got 4 arms. Who gives a shit, dude? Who gives a crap? Just give people the break that they deserve and they've earned. You know what I'm saying? And it's shameful what's going on in the WNBA. The way some of these women are acting, it's, you know, I'm kind of disappointed in the other sex. I expect better from them than from us, to be quite honest. I do. I expect women to be more mature in these kind of situations. I expect them to rise above this kind of stuff. I don't expect men because we're idiots. But I would figure that women would be a little better than this. It's a shame for Carter and some of her other colleagues in the WNBA. You might want to leave racism at the door. You got enough shit to deal with. You're the WNBA. your females, all that kind of stuff. You got to win people over, I don't know. Maybe you want to act a little bit more accordingly and not so disgusting, because that's exactly what it is. Disgusting. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. And that's what I think is going on. By the way, wow, after hitting 70, back down to 68.9. So you go up 1,000, you come back 1,000 in Bitcoin. Is the market really bad or something? Let me see. Oh, that's right. The Dow is down 219 points. The S&P is down 10, and the NASDAQ is down 1/3 of a point. That is the issue right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is the issue. All right, what else do we have going on in the world of sports? By the way, Toyota of Hollywood is a proud sponsor of our program. We will be there next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday. We'll be there at Toyota of Hollywood, which, of course, you can find it at 1841 North State Road 7. They've got over 2,000 cars in stock, over 1,200 new cars. They've got 2.75% financing for 4 full years, 0 down, folks. So get on down there, check it out, take advantage. And the selection is second to none, folks. That's the beauty when you go to Toyota of Hollywood. They got a great service center. So if you own a Toyota or lease one, obviously you could get it serviced there. They do a phenomenal job. But tell them that Big O sent you, folks. That way you can take advantage of some of the great vehicles they've got in there, and great selections, too, on top of all of that. So if you're looking for a Corolla, you want a large selection of Corollas, right? You don't want to go somewhere where they only have a couple of Corollas or a couple of Camrys or a couple of RAV4s. You want to make sure, all right, I want a Highlander. Well, you got a whole lot of them, certain color, certain style, certain packages. I want one with a sunroof. No, I don't want a sunroof. I want the leather package. No, I don't want the. So you want to have the kind of car that you're looking for. You got a better shot at Toyota of Hollywood than anywhere else, because they've got a selection that is second to none. Tell them that Big O sent you. They will take care of you at Toyota of Hollywood. All right. Kyle says Jasmine 1.8 billion, Caspa 3.6 billion. Oh, okay. So they hadn't passed it. I thought they passed them on Coin Market Cap. That's what I thought, because they were at I think they went up to 60 something or 80 something in ranking. Let's see. Caspa's at 29. And Jasmine is up to 61. I think I said 61 or 81, right? So, yes, that's what it is. Okay. Got a ways to go, which is good, by the way. I need them to. I don't need the market cap to grow that fast. I need it to get to that point to Caspa, and then that'll be good, because it's got a 1.7 market cap right now. You're right. And Caspa is at 3.7. So two times. That would be good. I would love to double my bag. That would be absolutely fantastic if I can double my bag. I will definitely take that. What else? Big O, are you actually buying low and selling high in the markets? That's just crazy talk. LOL. I haven't sold anything. It hasn't gone up enough for me to sell yet. CryptoFin says, hit on the Panthers winning the Eastern Conference, now waiting on winning the Stanley Cup plus 900 back in February. Nice job by you. A1A rack on that Oilers fan. Yep, it's a 10. No doubt. She has a 10 out of 10. No doubt. Got to give her credit, bro. With a pair like that, you should be flashing everybody and anybody. Chris Wilson Fishing, Tony Zags is in the house. Ryan AP, this whole WNBA controversy isn't a basketball problem. It's bigger than basketball. Prime representation, how things are in America right now. Yeah, it is kind of a reflection of America. You're right about that. You are right about that. Let's see. Drago, they made some trades and we're getting acclimated together. Yep. Kaylin Clark sure gets a lot of hate from players in her own league. It's crazy. And the worst part is her teammates are absolute cowards, bro. They don't even stand up for her. Cowards, dude. Cowards. Big O, is it the president of the Federal Reserve that orders the printing of the money? Yes, basically. Yes. Biden and company are printing crazy amounts of money, and so did Trump and company. Yes. You have a problem with that, brother? Why? Because you're a Biden guy or a Trumpy or something? What is it? You know, it's hilarious. I'm old. Okay. I remember because I whether I was watching Dick Cavett when I was a kid, or watching Johnny Carson, or watching oh God, what's the name of this guy? Just different kinds of shows, and their monologues and all that, and they always had jokes and all that. And we made fun of Ford falling constantly. We had jokes of Jimmy Carter, whether he was a weak president or the peanut stuff or whatever. Reagan, especially on the second term, his mind was kind of already going. We made fun of Bush with no new taxes and all that. We made fun of Bush Jr. because he was dumb as bricks. We made fun of Bill Clinton with the cigar and the intern and his voice. And we would, have some jokes. We make fun of Biden, all that. Brother, you make Trump jokes. I have never seen a group of more sensitive bitches than Trump people. Oh my God. You people are the weakest group I have ever seen in my life, dude. Presidents screw up all the time, and we make fun of it. We talk about it, all of them. This is the one guy that I've never seen more sensitive little bitches than Trumpies, dude. Every other president we've made fun of, dude. I know. I just walked you through it all. President after president after president. We make fun of them all the time. We take shots at them all the time, brother. Trump's the only guy that we get people. My God, you people are the biggest wussies I have ever seen in my life. I've never seen a weaker bunch than those hardcore Trumpies. Oh my God. I joke. I did there was a video of a penguin that I called them the Biden of penguins. Everybody was rolling with it. I did a Trump joke yesterday, and you get a couple of sour bitches. I've never seen this with any Republican or any Democrat. Ever. Not one of them. In my entire existence, not one of them. This is the only guy. What is wrong with you people? I'm just talking about those hardcore Trumpies, because it's only you hardcore Trumpies. I just wonder, you know what I mean? What is it about? What makes you people so soft? Is it your guilt or something? It's got to be your guilt, right? I mean, you're taking it that personal because you can't roll with it? Yeah. Only one thing drives that. Because Gerald Ford did fall. Reagan was kind of losing it. Bush did say no new taxes. You know, Bill Clinton did have a human humidor. You know, I mean, all these things were all true. And we had fun with it. Biden trips, falls, just like Gerald Ford. Same shit. Both useless, both old, both can't stand. Except for Gerald Ford was actually like a hell of an athlete, actually. That's the weird part about Gerald Ford. He was a hell of an athlete. I don't know about Biden. I doubt he was, but Gerald Ford was actually a pretty good athlete. He couldn't stay on the stage. Yet, you know, you make fun of the orangutan, and it's like the most sensitive little bitches I have ever seen in my life. Jesus, grow up, guys. Grow up. Yes, you One-Eyed Jack, I send you a tracking number when we today I'll be sending a bunch of tracking numbers to a bunch of people for a bunch of orders. Yeah, you'll get a tracking number when your order is out. Yes, sir. Yes, I will do that. Hey, did you see what Drew Rosehouse said last night on the channel regarding Hill's stance regarding the team? Made me think about you. LOL. Did you notice how he didn't say anything? Well, we told them we told the team how we feel. Yeah, that's good. That's nice. Didn't say shit is what he didn't say. He's gone, bro. He's gone at the end of the year. He'll be playing for another team. And so if Drew's smart enough, which he is, I'm sure he told Tyreek, hey, play your game and don't worry about the rest. We'll take care of it in the offseason. Oh, I can't believe in this country our two options are two old farts with dementia and orange felon. Yeah, I know. But by the way, Trump is as bad as Biden. He thinks he's running against Obama. He thinks Jeb Bush put us into the war. How many different things have I heard Trump say? Like, he says crazy shit like Biden does too. It's just, brother, it's disgusting that we have to pick between those two. So, let's see. I mean, Caitlyn did flop on some of that. Either way, Frankie, there's no defense of how some of these women are acting, my brother. Period. There's no, don't try to find any justification. Put it that way. Okay? That's embarrassing. I'm not allowing these women to get away with the way they're acting. They're acting petty and they're acting hateful. Okay? Because some of it is jealousy. That's petty. And some of it is flat out racism and it's hate. That thing that Carter chick did, that is pure hate right there. That's all hate. That's all racism. That's a girl that doesn't like the white chick getting all the attention. You know, I'm just willing. I just have the balls to actually say what's going on. Okay. And I'm not tied to a corporation. So I don't work for a radio station. I don't have to answer to a program director. Not that I ever did anyway, but you know, it's just, there's zero justification for their act. Let's see. He's also the one president to be bashed on TV every day for his whole term. Everybody, Adrian, I'm not sure. What are you, like 25 years old, bro? You barely been on this earth. Every president gets bashed all the time, dude. Please, enough with the sensitive little bitch stuff. Every president gets bashed, brother. Jimmy Carter got slammed every day. And then on top of it, with the hostages stuck in Iraq, you have no idea, dude. Please, my brother, please. We killed George Bush when he said no new taxes. After that, it was used like it was a punchline for everything. Every president goes through all kinds of shit, and we put them all through the ringer. That's why they come in looking one way, and they go out looking a hell of a lot older when it's all said and done because of the hell we put them through. So enough of the sensitive little bitch shit. Every president gets, see, that's what I'm talking about. No, only our guy does this. Enough. Either you've got 3 pubes on your body because you're a kid and you haven't been around the block a little bit, but take it from me. I've been around the block a couple times. Okay? And anybody that's my age heard me explain all this stuff. They're all like, he's right. Everybody knows we made fun of Gerald Ford constantly, bro. Constantly. My God, Jimmy Carter. Oh my God, that was one of the that was one of the guys we picked on the most. Well, he's one of the worst presidents ever, but what can I say? I know he's a superhuman being. He, as a philanthropist, we're talking about one of the greatest human beings on the planet in Jimmy Carter. But what's the word we love on this show? We must what? Compartmentalize. Okay? Separate the philanthropist with the really shitty president. Oh, man. All right. Both presidents deserve the bash. Of course they do. I think Ford was an All-American football player at Michigan. I think you're right. And I think he also was, I want to say he was also one hell of a baseball player. Like Gerald Ford was like a really good athlete. If I remember correctly, Ford was a hell of an athlete. That was the funky stuff about him constantly falling because he was such a goofball. And you're like, what the hell, bro? This guy's always falling off a stage. Like, what is this? You young people, you think like Biden's the first guy? Nah, dude. Gerald Ford has had better falls than Biden, actually. My man disappeared off a stage. He was like Steven Tyler falling off a stage. But at least Steven Tyler, is probably drunk or high off his ass. And, there's a reason why he also fell off the stage. I had a guy that thought I had a guy who I thought was my friend stop talking to me because I refused to agree with him regarding his political views. He's a major Trumpy, and I'm an independent, so go figure. I just laugh with them because they're so sensitive. When we have been making fun of every president forever, dude. Forever. That's kind of what we do. They do stupid things. We make fun of them. It's kind of what it is. I'm laughing, acknowledging all you're saying because I too remember all the Chevy Chase sketches. Of course, dude. Of course, bro. Give me a break. Oh, man. Surprised there hasn't been a compilation video of Ford. You can't know, Ray. I'm sure you can find. I'm sure somewhere on YouTube, bro. Everything's on YouTube. I bet you can find President Ford falling compilation. Put that or something. Best of. I bet you somebody did a best of Gerald Ford falling. Oh yeah, dude, for sure. There has to be a video. I would not be shocked if somebody hasn't done it. Yeah, for sure. One of my favorite SNL skits was Phil Hartman imitating Reagan as the mastermind behind the Iran-Contra. Right. Exactly. Yep. Jeff goes, I'm really thinking of not voting. I don't like either one of them. I mean, it's really hard to like either guy. So, what are you going to do, guys? What are we going to do, ladies and gentlemen? We're screwed overall. That's one thing that we can't avoid, unfortunately. All right, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar with the great Alan Blanco. And remember, custom printing and embroidery. That's right. Call my friends at 3A Graphics. There you go. You can order our hats, shirts, and check out all the printing and screening and embroidery that they do, which is just absolutely awesome. at 3A Graphics, 786-618-1443. If your business needs it, call my friend Alan Blanco. They will get it done. Panthers defeat the Rangers 2-1. They win the series 4-2. They will now get ready for game 1 on Saturday at Amerant Bank Arena. Panthers have the home ice. 8 o'clock will be the face-off. NBA Finals are set. Game 1 will be this Thursday in Boston as the Mavs and the Celtics will get it going. Inter Miami. Kind of a mediocre week for them because they lost on Wednesday and then they ended up tying with St. Louis. They had to come back to tie them. St. Louis just outplayed them most of the night, but at least they were able to get a tie. But really, a loss and a tie in a week where you played two teams that were very beatable, kind of a weak week for Inter Miami. They're off this entire week. They're not back till June 15th when they're in Philadelphia for a 7:30 game time. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. And, of course, we love talking about a victory, and with the victory comes a victory cigar. Well, let's give the Panthers, after a 2-1 win on Saturday, a big, giant victory cigar. All right. I like it. Good for them. Good stuff, as always. We got Dolphins mini camp coming up tomorrow. We have X's contract, or his money has been cleared. Okay, so the question is, where's Tua's deal now? And remember, we talked about this last week. The Waddle deal came in before the Tua deal. And one of the things that I thought could be happening is that they already agreed on the Tua deal pretty much. And that's why they knew where they stood. And they said, all right, let's see if we can work on the Waddle deal. And they were able to get it done. Right? Which is smart, because you just saw Justin Jefferson get his contract, and more receivers will get contracts and they will blow away, because that's how it always happens, right? Tua's going to sign a deal that it's going to be one of the better deals in the league. And then the next 4 quarterbacks after that will crush his deal. And the next 4 after that, and it'll put Tua out of the top 5 and put him back in the top 10, top 15, because that's how it'll be over the next couple of years, that his contract will fall by the wayside, because that's just kind of the way it goes. And Waddle will be the 15th highest paid receiver in 2 years, because just kind of the way it goes. It's not a big deal. It's a media thing. They want to compare the numbers and, this guy's getting paid more. This guy's getting paid less. This guy's getting paid more for the next couple of years. This guy, whatever, dude. Is it a deal that is manageable for your team? Is the question I want to know. Is it manageable? Okay, it's great. It's manageable. Then that's all that matters, dude. That's it. Ocala Joe, thank you, sir. Says, thanks for making me laugh this morning. I don't know what I did, but I'm glad I made you laugh, because there's nothing wrong with a little laughter in the world, my friend. So I'm glad I'm able to make you laugh. Thank you. Very nice of you. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Thank you very much, Ocala Joe. Very cool of you. Let's see, what else do we have going on in the world of sports? Oh, you got me laughing, remembering so much great comedy. These people bring it upon themselves. Remember Dan Quayle? Oh my God, yes, Dan Quayle. Spelling the potato wrong. Yes. And remember that guy? Oh, wow, that guy that we made fun of, Howard Dean. and we're going to go to Missouri, and we're going to go to California, and we're going to go to this. And we're like, what a psycho. And we started, I mean, it's just these feeble-minded little Trumpies. They make it sound like we've never done this before, and we do it to everybody. Red or blue, doesn't matter. All of them. We've made fun of them constantly. I've never seen a more sensitive group of little bitches than Trumpies. Never seen it in my life, dude. What a bunch of weak-minded wussies. Never seen a more weaker-minded group. Never. No other Republican, no other Democrat, none of them. Reagan people never acted like this. Bush Jr., Bush, and brother, if there's a guy that we could have, like Bush Jr., holy shit, my God, you know. Senior, we kind of picked on him for the no new time, but Bush Jr. said all kinds of stupid shit because he wasn't the brightest bulb in the chandelier. Wasn't a bad dude, by the way. That's the one thing I will say about Bush Jr. He wasn't a bad guy, party animal, that kind of stuff, but he wasn't a bad dude, you know, overall. But he wasn't very bright. It's kind of the way it goes, you know. And nobody, I never saw people react. Not Obama, not Biden, not Clinton, not Bush Jr., not Bush, not Reagan. I've never seen people ever get all personal. This is the only guy. The only one. Never seen it with anybody else. It's truly amazing. Truly amazing. Big old little info. I was in an accident, broke my neck 7 places, compressed my spine fracture, my tailbone, all ribs left side broke to 2 punctured my tailbone, all ribs left side broke, 2 punctured. My lawn wasn't my life wasn't expected to live 30 to 40 pounds to go. Okay, wow. So you've been through hell and back, and you've lost a ton of weight from what I'm picking up. Damn, dude. You're a lot tougher than I ever will be. That's what I'm going to tell you. All right, Luis Medina, you're a hell of a lot tougher than I ever will be, my brother. Archie Minnis, I remember when Marino was the highest paid QB at $5 million per year. Yeah, everybody gets it for a moment, and then you get smoked. Samuel Rosa says, thank you for making me. I guess I said a couple funny things. I'm glad you guys laughed. I like to make people laugh. That's nice. The rumor is X contract only frees up 7.5 cleared this season from the 18 million. 15 million is only for next season's cap. Yeah, well, it's both ways. Yeah, but it's this is this coming year that you're worried about, and it'll open up enough space for your contracts. Big O, you made me laugh to the point that I was crying with the president's memory lane for sure. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, Junior was a maniac. Yeah, Bush Jr. was a maniac. Not a bad dude, but he was a party animal. Like to party a little bit. Big O, we as a society have forgotten how to laugh at comedy. Everybody's asses get sore about it. Sadly, it's just a sign of it's only a sign of the Trumpies. The Biden people don't do that because I crack jokes about Biden all the time. Nobody gets personal about it. Nobody gets touchy about it. Nothing. You know, you can make jokes of Matt Gaetz. You can make jokes of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Nobody will say anything. They'll kind of laugh at it. They'll go with it. Whatever. Bro, Trump jokes, you know, obviously most of you that have a sense of humor, you're going to go with it. But there's always a couple of them. Dude, like it's like you mentioned their mother. You know, it's the weakest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh man. Alec Baldwin doing Trump on SNL was awesome. You are correct, Isaiah. Excellent. Can anyone tell me where I can get a good walking treadmill at a decent price? Shit, Lewis, I don't know anything about that, my brother. I have instead of a treadmill, not for nothing, okay, I would get an elliptical. Lewis. Okay, I have an elliptical machine in the garage, and you can do the treadmill, right? But that's harder on your knees. So the elliptical is easier on your joints. And it's a great workout with your arms and your legs. So if I'm you, I'm not a fitness expert, okay? Not a financial advisor, not a fitness expert, okay? I did not even sleep at a Holiday Inn last night. All right. But all I'm saying is look into it. I would rather use an elliptical than a treadmill. Just saying. Healthier. Okay. Just throwing it out there, my man. Just looking out for you. Inter better get that defense fixed. Yeah. Well, we talked about it, bro. It's going to be very hard to outscore people for, all the way to the title. That's going to be tough. So it's scary, Ray. Nico Jones, kudos to you, for calling out racism when it goes against white athletes. It's so true, and shame more networks and people don't call it out because they're afraid. It's really easy for us to say that this white person is biased to this black person. But we don't do the reverse enough when it happens and when it's obvious. And brother and sisters, it can't be more obvious than what's going on here. That there's jealousy and there's racism. So I'm going to call them out for it. Hey, I'm going to be the person that's going to say that officer did kill George Floyd and that officer was wrong, right? So we're willing to say when it's wrong one way, right? How come we're not all willing to say when it's wrong the other way? I'm sorry. Why? Did we hurt somebody's feelings again? Well, apparently, these people are willing to hurt Caitlin's feelings, right? So why am I supposed to try to sidestep how Carter's behavior is? No, dude. She's racist. She's stinking racist. Whatever. What's her name again? Shanetti Carter, whatever. She's freaking racist. That's all. Let's call it like we see it, dude. It goes both ways. You don't get to throw rocks, and then when you're doing it wrong, you get to like, oh no, my hands are clean. No. That shit don't fly. That shit don't fly. And clearly they got a problem with the white girl bringing attention to the league. Clearly, some of these women have a problem with a white girl getting a ton of attention and bringing more attention to the league. So, again, I am not tied to a corporation. I don't need to play the PC card. I don't play the PC card here. I've never played the PC card here. I know I'm told all the time I should be more PC. Not my style. So, either you like it and appreciate it, or you're too sensitive to handle it. And I can't help you if you're too sensitive to handle it. So, we even made fun of Dick Cheney. Yeah, dude, of course. We make fun of everyone. Everyone. No one is above it. Big including TV comedy as well, like the comedy we grew up with watching in the 70s and the 80s. Yeah, they can't do that stuff now. Once I realized a few years ago that Democrats and Republicans officials were on the same team, I stopped following politics. It's them versus us. You get it. You get it. Just because it looks like an elephant or a mule, you know, they're all the same shit. One's red, one's blue. They're all the same shit. You know? Let's see. What else do we have? Big O re-Shopify, then sent the entire workforce home during COVID and decided that no one needed to return to the office. Thus, is the service companies get when they allow this. Yeah. You know what, David? You're probably right, my brother. You know? You're probably right. But God, man, I have never had so much of a frustration with the PayPal Shopify thing. Oh, man. And I feel so bad for my wife because she's been really frustrated with it because she has to help me with this because I'm not very good at it. And it's frustrated the shit out of her, man. And again, for those of you that may not were not listening earlier, if you're one of the few that sent in a PayPal for our merch, I did send you all an email, but if you can, please reverse that and then redo the order by credit card, not PayPal, and I'll send you a bonus gift. Okay. So if you do that, I'll send you the bonus gift. And for the inconvenience, I apologize. But thank you all out there for that, for understanding. But I'm having real trouble, connecting this thing. So it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. We're sending out a bunch today, a bunch of orders to you guys today, and I know we're starting to get some new ones now. And remember, we've got the hats are in now. Finally, we had the Bitcoin hats, but now the Big O Show hats are in black and white. And then in the back, obviously, in honor of Bill, it's there. Bill Preston forever. So you can order the hats, our shirts, all that kind of stuff. We just added some polos, some dry fit type polos, black, white, and gray with either the Bitcoin Big O logo or the regular Big O Show logo. And it's embroidered also on the dry fit shirts like it is on the hats. Okay, it's not silk screened or anything. It's embroidered. These are embroidered, baby. Got to do it embroidery. That's so it looks good and it'll look good for a long time. Hats are comfortable, by the way. So I like it. They're light, they're comfortable. So, and they look good, man. They look good. Alan did an awesome job. Awesome job. Let's see, what else do we have? Joseph is in. Big O, you hear that California is considering of putting mileage tax, on their residents. They're saying that since there's a lot of people in California purchasing EVs instead of fuel, is that like I told you, bro, Democrats, Republicans, it doesn't matter. So now you're going to buy. Okay. So look what Biden does to you. Okay. Because Trump and Biden have this thing with tariffs and we're going to tax the crap out of China and this and that and their products. Okay. But if their products are better than ours, you're taxing the crap out of them or tariffs and they can't come here, then we can't buy. Like we can't buy. NIO has like a car. It's like 17, 20,000, 22,000, an electric car that would sell like hotcakes here. How come it's not here? Oh, because we have a 100% tariff on it. So if you want it, you're going to have to pay a lot of money. You're not going to do that. So now we have to buy our own electric cars from American companies that are more expensive or Tesla. But the cheaper ones that are well made and they're used all over the world, except here, we're not allowed to get them. Tariffs, which both Trump and Biden like using that, which hurts us. It hurts us. Okay? Capitalism is supposed to be, good for everybody. If they're making an $18,000 car, well, then Chevy and Ford and all start making an $18,000 electric car just like them. How come you can't do it? And then so now the Dems, obviously that Newsom idiot over there in California. So now you get people to buy electric cars, and now you're going to charge them per mile they drive? What? It just doesn't end, bro. The Democrats love taxing and taxing and taxing and taxing. Jesus Christ, dude. You asked me to buy an expensive electric car. It's good for the environment. Okay. You got to work with me. You got to give me the tax break. Okay. But now you're going to charge me per mile that I drive when I've made the extreme of buying the expensive car for the environment and all that. Now you're going to charge me. No, dude. No. It's dirty all around, dude. Doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter. You know? Key and Peele doing Obama and his anger management interpreter was comical. Dude, that's some of the best ever. Right there. You're right. Key and Peele are just, you're talking about, those two are geniuses, man. So, oh, man. Yeah. So, it's crazy. It's all, but again, it's just one of those things that you got to know about, you know? You got to know about. All right. What else do we have going on? Justin Jefferson gets a 4-year contract extension, 5-year, $159.7 million, averaging $31.94 per year. He gets $110 million in total guarantees, $88.7 guaranteed at signing. So he ends up getting his contract. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? Wow. Larry Allen, the all-pro guard for the Cowboys, has passed away. The Cowboys are very saddened to share that Cowboy legend, Super Bowl champion, Cowboy Ring of Honor member, and Pro Football Hall of Famer Larry Allen passed away suddenly while on vacation in Mexico with his family on Sunday. Larry, known for his great athleticism and incredible strength, was one of the most respected and accomplished offensive linemen to ever play in the NFL. His versatility and dependability were also signature parts of his career. Through that, he continued to serve as an inspiration for many other players, defining what it meant to be a great teammate, competitor, and winner. He was deeply loved and cared for by his wife, Janelle, whom he referred to as his heart and soul, his daughters, Jayla, Lariana, and son Larry III. The Jones family and the Cowboys extend their deepest condolences, thoughts and prayers to the Allen family, and grieve along with many other friends and Cowboy teammates that also love Larry. Memorial service and arrangements and details will be announced in the near future. Thoughts and prayers there to Larry Allen. Wow. Too young, man. Too young. Jesus Christ. What is Larry Allen? 50? Look it up there, Sean. I don't even think he's my age. I'm 57. I don't know if Larry Allen is, he might be 50. Might be 50, maybe 51, 52. 52? Yeah, there you go. Damn. Still too young. Still too young. Wow. Thoughts and prayers there, man. That is tough. That is absolutely tough. All right. Let's get into a couple of other things here on the show. Powerball. We did not have a winner. Monday's Powerball jackpot will be worth an estimated $171 million after 0 players matched all 6 numbers on Saturday night: 28, 38, 52, 54, and 68. Powerball was number 8. So good luck to you folks tonight. Don't forget, take Sean out to a steak dinner if you win the Powerball. That is a law. I don't know if you guys know that. Let's start off with some birthdays today. Let's start off with musicians. Tavion LaCorey Mathis, singer from the R&B hip-hop group Pretty Ricky, born on this date back in 1985. Let's see. Samantha Sprackling, singer with the English alternative band Republica. Baby, I'm ready to go. That one. You hear it pretty much in every sports arena out there, right? Mike Gordon, bassist, banjo, piano, harmonica, and percussion player for Fish. Happy birthday to Mike Gordon, born in this state in 1965. Is NorCal watching? NorCal, are you watching? Your boy, Kerry King, is celebrating a birthday today. The guitarist with Slayer was born on this date in 1964. David Cole from the American group CNC Music Factory. The things that make you go, born in 1962. El DeBarge from DeBarge, the singer. He was born in 1961 on this date. Danny Wilde was born in 1956, American pop singer with the duo The Rembrandts. And I would walk 500 miles. All right. Let's see. Billy Powell was born on this date in 1952. Freaking legend. Longtime keyboardist for one of the great bands and one of the most underrated bands of all time, Leonard Skinner. Happy birthday to Billy Powell. Of course, no longer with us. We lost him in 2009. Let's see who else. Denise Williams. Let's hear it for the boy. Was born on this date in 1951. Oh, that's right. Too much, too little, too late to try again with you. That's right. She did that one too. That was a big one for Denise Williams. All right. Let's see who else was celebrating birthday. Susie Quattro, legend, songwriter, singer, born in 1950. Metal legend, Susie Quattro. T-Rex, Mickey Finn, the percussionist with T-Rex, was born on this date in 1947. Dave Alexander was born in 1947 on this date, the bassist for the original Stooges, Iggy Pop and the Stooges. Michael Clark was born in this state in 1943, drummer for the Flying Burritos and the Byrds. Mr. Tambourine Man. The great Curtis Mayfield, legend, baby. Born on this date in 1942, singer, songwriter, guitarist, record producer, member of the Impressions. Just a stud. We lost him in 1999. Ian Hunter, the great Ian Hunter, English musician with Mott the Hoople. I know Joe Elliott is somewhere celebrating Ian Hunter's birthday today with a drink somewhere. Somewhere, Joe Elliott saying, here's to Ian. So born in 1939 on this date. And that's it. That is the musicians born on this date. Let's go with overall just birthdays today, because this is not just musicians. This could be also entertainers and stuff like that, and wrestlers and all that good stuff, because Sean will have the wrestlers that we miss out on and we don't mention. Rafael Nadal is 37. Jill Biden, please tell your husband to go away, is 72 today. Anderson Cooper is 56. Jalen Suggs, basketball player, is 22. Al Horford, basketball player, is 37. Who else? Who else? No, that's it. Looks like the rest of the people here on this list aren't worth mentioning. Sean, do we have any wrestlers that we have left out?
We do. It's AEW superstar The Blade. That's it.
All right. All right. The Blade. By the way, the Stones, the Rolling Stones, yes, those Stones, they are at Camping World Stadium tonight. So those of you in the Orlando area, you get to see the Stones. Thursday, Megan Thee Stallion with Glorilla will be at the Hard Rock Live. And Megan and Glorilla on Saturday will be at Amalie Arena in Tampa. So those are some of the local concerts going on in the state. I could go to a Megan Thee Stallion concert, but I'd have to be like in the front row, first couple rows. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I'm going to go, I got to see it. I don't want to be miles away. No. When you go see, that kind of talent, I'm not going really for the music that much. If I go see Beyonce or J-Lo or, what's this girl's name that I like from No Doubt? I like No Doubt, but I really could give three flying shits about her solo music. What's her name? Gwen Stefani. Just put me up close so I can see the legs. You know what I'm saying? Really don't care about the music. Oh, man. Anyway. Are Panther fans trying to find out if the Oilers fan is coming down for a game or two or three? Will she flash at Amerant Bank Arena is the question. Just asking. I'm asking for a friend. So I'm asking for a friend. I need to know if this is happening. Okay. And by the way, all kidding aside, what the Panthers have done this year has been just absolutely phenomenal, dude. And it's been a pleasure. Anthony Stolarz has not been needed at all so far in the playoffs. Thank the Lord. It's great to see that Bob has been in a groove enough to win and win and play well. But this year, you think about what Bill Zito put together, and you've always had Ekblad here. Montour is, one of the top free agents available. Kulikov was a huge pickup in the offseason. Mikkola is another guy. Ekman Larson. Dude, Gustav Forsling is maybe the most underrated player in Panther history. Okay? And Zito's got him tied down to like an 87-year contract at like 4 pennies. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. And to see the wave of defensemen that come at these teams from the Panthers, it is just absolutely awesome. And then you've got the Barkovs and the Kachucks and the Verhaeghes and the Bennetts and the Reinhardts and the Lundells and the Tarasenkos. Then Evan Rodrigues and Ryan Lomberg, Nick Cousins, even Listerine. More than a mouthwash. He's a hell of a player. I mean, it's waves, dude. The depth, the physicality, the relentlessness, they have zero fear. Zero fear. I mean, it's impressive in every way, shape, and form what we've watched this year from this team. And there's a part of me that is a little a little uncomfortable being so cocky, but Jesus Christ, they make me cocky too on top of all of that. It's like that Rangers fan that, came at me when his Rangers went up 2-1. And I was like, yeah, dude, don't worry about it. They've learned to kick, the Bruins' ass. They now own the Tampa Bay Lightning. They'll own your Rangers too. Because I just felt that way. Like, even the Rangers up 2-1, I thought the Panthers outplayed them in both those games. It's just they had a guy that was on his head that was impossible. And shit stinking was really hard to solve. Kudos to him, bro. Shit stinking was awesome. Absolutely awesome. But to watch them fight through all of this, that's the thing, dude. They have faced 3 super hot goalies. They have defeated 3 super hot goalies. In fact, I don't think the goaltender they're facing in the Stanley Cup is better than the guys they faced in the last 2 rounds. But I just want to, it just looks like a team that doesn't have any holes. And I'm not a hockey expert, but Jesus Christ, they're deep on defense. They're deep on offense. They're deep at goalie. They got great coaching. Their front office is exceptional. Their chemistry is second to none. They truly bought in. And they bought in from day one, dude. They don't have a Jimmy Butler that, well, hey, guys, I'm going to coast. And, I'll see you in the playoffs. We'll turn it on in the playoffs. Nah, man. No. These guys want to play hard in game 1 or game 82. It didn't matter what it was. And by the way, after going through what I've gone through with the Heat the last 2 years, I want to also say I want to appreciate the Panthers even more now. I know they have the stars, something that the Heat has not had under Jimmy Butler, unfortunately. They have one guy, and that's it. They have the stars. But the other thing that they've got is the character and the work ethic, something that unfortunately the Heat has lost the last 2 seasons under Jimmy Butler. They lost the work ethic. They no longer have it. They're no longer the toughest, hardest working team anymore in South Florida. And I'm sure they're not that anymore in the NBA either, by the way. But the toughest and hardest and best condition and all that other crap, whatever it was, all that stuff, that's the Panthers now. And I that's the other thing that makes me want to appreciate this season even more is that we're not watching the lazy bullshit that Butler's been trying to pull off for the last 2 years. Like, hey, I'll coast and then I'll show up in the playoffs. That's absolute horse shit. That's as unprofessional as it gets. And by the way, that's not even Heat-like. It certainly belongs nowhere with the Panthers. Jimmy Butler could not be on the Panthers because he wouldn't want to. He isn't willing to work like you're supposed to work when you're a Panther. All right. What do we have here? What's going on in the world of crypto? What's the latest here? Let's see what we got. What we mount gots. Jasmine holding strong at 354, so right around 3.5 pennies, which is all right. Nothing wrong with that. I would like for it to go back up to 4 cents, but I get it. You make your run, you have a little consolidation, and then you go and make another run. Bitcoin holding at 69,557. It hit 70,000, but now it's a little bit in the middle of the 69K. Let's see. Illuvium up near 4%. Gala up 3%. What else? What else that could? Injective Protocol up near 5%. Cody up near 8%. So there you go. What else? What else? Vanar chain, by the way, have been running over the weekend. They are at 22.5 cents. They're down 2.5% today, but still up to 22.5%. We gave it to you around 5 cents, 5 to 6 cents, right around there, because my average is somewhere in the 5.5 range, and you're at 22. That's 4x, 3x in profit right there. You're welcome. Not a financial advisor, of course. Remember that. I am not a financial advisor. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about Welton Rayom, folks. We are in hurricane season. Okay. Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646. I want you to save this number because we're in hurricane season. We get hit by any storms. You're going to want to call the insurance company, and that's the mistake you're going to make. First, you call Welton Rayom. They have their own adjusters, and then they call the insurance company for you. They handle all the craziness. They handle all the headaches. You don't have to worry about it. Look, man, life is tough enough as it is. We have to deal with setbacks from Mother Nature, or maybe you live in a condo or a townhouse and your neighbor next door had a busted water pipe and the water flowed into your home and all that. Maybe something else happened to you. You don't know if you have a case or not. Consultation's free. Call Jeff Welt, 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. Let me tell you, man, these guys, nobody better, great human beings. Jeff Welt is super cool. Daniel Rayom is a monster, dude. He is awesome. He's a stunt pilot. So you think he gets nervous in a court? This guy does stunts for a living. Well, not really for a living, for fun, which is even worse. If you're doing it for a living, you got to do it for a check. So there's a little desperation in there. When you do it for fun, come on, dude. Come on. You're fearless. That's the kind of people you want fighting for you in court and making sure you get the money that you deserve. So please call Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646, or save it on the cell phone. Maybe you don't need them now. You might need them in a week, a month, 6 months from now, a year from now. And the moment you need them, you're going to go, shit, what's the name of that lawyer? So put it right now in your contacts. Save it on that cell phone, 954-966-4646. Hell, put it under lawyer, Welt and Rayom. That way you'll remember, because you may not remember Welt and Rayom, but you'll remember lawyer. And put it there, save it on that cell phone. I hope you never need them. I truly hope so. But if you do, nobody better. Welton Rayom. Let's see. Don't know if you mentioned it, but how many games do you predict? Oh, 6. Panthers in 6. If that's what you're talking about, I think that's what you're mentioning. Yes. I'm going to go Panthers in 6. After last year's disappointment, the Panthers have had one singular focus since training camp: win the Stanley Cup, get it done. I'm telling you, it reminds me of San Antonio. That last year with the Big Three, that they thoroughly embarrassed our team, and they were focused, and they wanted revenge. That's the Panthers right now. The Panthers have the San Antonio Spurs-like revenge, and the Panthers remind me of the Kings of 10, 12 years ago that won a couple titles. Big, physical, athletic, can score, will knock the shit out of you. I love it. Physical and gifted, skilled. That's the Panthers. Physical, gifted, and skilled. Reminds me so much of the Kings in their play style. And then their drive reminds me of the Spurs. What is it, 2014, right? Was that year? That one hurt. That one hurt, man. That one hurt. But I will say, I've always said this. I give the Spurs a ton of credit. They played perfect basketball. Would definitely not be opposed to the Oilers fan coming down and doing a couple flashes. Well, if you're opposed to it, I would question your sanity. Put it this way, the Panthers deserve to be more confident about their team than Inter fans. Oh, for sure, please. The Panthers are complete. Inter, we know they're not very good defensively. We know deep down inside, we know they're kind of mediocre defensively. Stephen Harris, good afternoon, sir. Thank you. Adrian says we should make a crypto coin with that Oilers fan rack. Yeah. Let's see. Big O Oilers goaltending can be their weak point as a Canadian. Yeah, I that's what I Brad, have you heard me? This is not as good a goalie as you've been facing the last couple series. I said that. That's the good thing. Like, you could argue that the guys you faced were playing better than Bob. Right? I mean, Shitstinkin, dude, we have to give Shitstinkin a lot of credit. He's better than Bob right now. For sure. For sure. I'll give the Bruins goalie. He was playing better than Bob too. But yeah, the Oilers goalie is not as good as the last guys we faced. You are 1,000% right. Big O, how do you think the Cats shut down McDavid? That's the only one I know they need to be afraid of. I know Hyman is good, but McDavid, well, they've been doing it right already as it is. Ekblad, Larson, all these guys, Montour, they've been doing a great job. Barkov will help out. All these guys are going to help out, keep this guy in check. You're going to have to deal with the stud. And yeah, but the thing is that the Panthers come at you with more guys. It's just too many guys that can hurt you, whereas the Oilers don't have as many guys that can hurt you. That's the difference there. So, let's see. I put in a bet for the Panthers to win the Stanley Cup when they were plus 500. Good for you, Suds. Good for you, dude. That's smart right there. Darren Waller is weighing, and reports are saying that Darren Waller will probably retire, actually. But he is exploring retirement right now. They're expecting it. I don't know, but does he think he has a rap career or something? Is P. Diddy got a contract on the table for Darren Waller? And the Dolphins were kind of interested in him a couple of years ago to make a trade. Oh, God. The Giants and the Lions, man. Not these Lions now, but the Lions of the past were the team that would get Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson to retire from football early. They still had some really good football left, and they were like, yeah, I've had enough of this. I'm out of here. The Giants have become kind of that team that, do I really want to be here? And so Darren Waller is like, yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe my, even though he can't rap, but whatever. Darren Waller. Holy shit. The Darren Waller song, brother, Blood to Hear Me. What is it? The Darren Waller song brought blood to my ears. Maybe the worst song I've ever heard in my 46 years of existence. Oh, man. It's just these guys that all of a sudden they think they're rappers or they're something else when, yeah, dude, you don't have it, bro. You don't have it. You may think you have it, but you don't. So does tomorrow is the mini camp. I don't know why I get the feeling that Tua will have a press conference with his new contract here during this mini camp. I don't have any insight on this. Okay. Sometimes I'll tell you, hey, I hear this from the building. I've had this conversation. Somebody told me this, whatever. You know, when I came out of left field with Odell Beckham, okay, I told you she was explained to me, and I was like, oh, okay, makes sense. I don't have any insight here on the Tua deal. None. Okay. This is just gut feeling. This is just me guessing. Okay. I sometimes there are things that I can tell you that I know what's going on. And I'll tell you, hey, I know this is going on. And when I don't know something, I have no problem. As you all know, I have no problem telling you I'm wrong. I have no problem telling you I don't know something. If I think I know it, my conviction is going to come out, and I'm going to stand by what I think. You know that. Either I'm proven right or wrong, but I am not going to, flip-flopping and all that kind of crap. But this is pure gut. Okay? Pure gut. I have no insight onto it. Okay? I don't have anybody in the Tua camp. Tua doesn't talk to me. His agent doesn't talk to me. So this is, I don't know. Okay? But I told you last week that this Waddle deal happens. I get the feeling that they had already agreed on everything with Tua pretty much. And that's why they moved on to the Waddle deal. So, it's basically what I was telling you, that I don't think the Waddle deal happens till after the Tua deal. And even though it's kind of one's been mentioned before the other, I don't think you get this one without the other. So that's why I kind of would not be surprised here if tomorrow, the next day, they announce the Tua contract, he has his press conference, addresses it, and they move on. And that's it. And it's no longer a deal. You don't have to make it a deal in training camp. You've already answered those questions. You moved on. Boom, boom, boom. You're done. So I kind of get the feeling that maybe the Tua deal is announced this week. We'll see. Again, total guess. This is just a hunch. This is just going off a gut feeling. I could be 1,000% wrong here on this. Okay? Maybe it's a couple more weeks to finish out the deal or whatever, but I kind of get the feeling that that's why this Waddle deal happened, because we're about to hear the Tua deal. We shall find out. Let's see. One of the keys to beating Edmonton in the finals is to minimize the penalties. The Oilers' power play is usually deadly. Okay. I'll take your word for it, Brett. I don't watch enough Oilers hockey to know. Giants and early lines teams are known for wasting the prime of great players to like a younger OBJ, Saquon, Calvin Johnson, and Barry Sanders. Well, I don't know, but the Giants lately have kind of been a mess. So, although, listen, I'm not going to blame it all on the Giants or anything like that. I'm going to blame mostly Darren Waller on Darren Waller, because he's kind of shown to be a little flaky lately. So, I'm not going to treat the Giants like they're the Jets. You know what I'm saying? They've been a really good organization overall. The Mara family is very respectable. But lately, things aren't very kosher over there in Giants land. That's what I would say to that. All right, we are out of here. We thank Ira Winderman. We thank, of course, Sean Stanley. Those of you that made a donation Cash App or Venmo. I appreciate it. Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Yes, sir.
You missed in the comments, but happy birthday to Pat in Asheville. It's his birthday today. He had said it.
I didn't see that. I'm sorry. Happy birthday, Pat. Good shit, man. So you can drink now. All right. He can have a beer. Finally, he's 21. There you go. Happy birthday, Pat in Asheville. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Thank you, sir, as always, for your friendship. Appreciate you immensely, Pat. Thank you. We thank all of you for tuning in. Don't forget to visit our merch department. Use the QR code or go to bigoradioshow.myshopify.com. The link is on our Twitter page, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, right here on our YouTube page. The link is there also, so you can find it all over the place, or go to bigoradioshow.myshopify.com and order shirts and hats and all kinds of good stuff. We will see you all tomorrow. Yes, sir, Sean.
I don't want Brett Dodger to feel left out. Yesterday was his birthday. So
Brett Dodger, happy birthday to you, sir. So happy birthday to Brett. Happy birthday to Pat in Nashville. I'm sorry I did not notice it in the chat board, but I love both of you, man. I appreciate all the support you guys give us every single day. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show.